Introduction. Here's a question that might shock you. Could the trendy drink you're paying $4 for at the gym actually be less effective than plain tap water? Welcome back to Science and Wellness Today, the podcast where we cut through the noise and give you evidence-based answers about health trends that actually matter. I'm your host, and I want to personally thank each and every one of you amazing listeners who've subscribed, shared our episodes, and left those incredibly thoughtful comments that keep us motivated to bring you the truth behind today's biggest wellness claims. Whether you're joining us for the first time or you're one of our loyal community members, I'm genuinely grateful you're here, ready to learn and explore the fascinating world of nutrition science with us. Your curiosity and engagement make this journey so much more meaningful. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most polarizing beverages of the past decade, coconut water. You've seen it everywhere, clutched in the hands of celebrities post-workout, promoted by fitness influencers as nature's Gatorade, and positioned as a miracle hydrator in every health food store from New York to Los Angeles. But here's what I want to know, and what you probably want to know too. Is coconut water actually the superfood beverage it's marketed to be, or have we all been caught up in another wellness trend that's more hype than substance? Part 2. The science behind the claims. Let's start with the basics, because understanding what coconut water actually is will help us evaluate whether it deserves its health halo. Coconut water is the clear, slightly sweet liquid found naturally inside young green coconuts. And here's something important to clarify right off the bat. It's completely different from coconut milk. While coconut milk is made by blending the grated meat of mature coconuts with water, creating that rich, creamy texture we love in curries and smoothies, coconut water is simply the natural liquid that's been sitting inside that coconut, waiting to nourish the developing coconut meat. Now, let's talk numbers. And these are real numbers from actual nutritional analysis, not marketing claims. In an 8-ounce serving of original Vita Coco coconut water, you're getting 45.6 calories, 0 protein, 11 grams of carbohydrates, with 11 grams of total sugars, including 1 gram of added sugars. But here's where it gets interesting from a mineral perspective. You're also getting 38 milligrams of calcium, a substantial 470 milligrams of potassium, and 18 milligrams of magnesium. That potassium number should make you sit up and take notice. To put this in perspective, that single cup of coconut water contains more potassium than a medium banana, a fruit we've long considered the gold standard for this essential mineral. But let's dig into the hydration claims, because this is where the science gets really interesting. Coconut water is approximately 95% water, which makes it inherently hydrating. That's not revolutionary. What is potentially significant is its electrolyte profile, particularly that high potassium content along with sodium and magnesium. Here's what happens in your body when you sweat. You're not just losing water, you're losing these crucial electrolytes that help maintain fluid balance at the cellular level. The research on whether coconut water rehydrates more effectively than plain water shows mixed results. Some studies suggest benefits, others show no significant difference. However, what is well established in exercise physiology is that replacing electrolytes, particularly potassium and magnesium, is important for proper rehydration. For the average person doing moderate exercise, think a 45-minute gym session or a recreational bike ride. Coconut water can provide a natural way to replace fluids and electrolytes without the high sugar and artificial additives you'll find in many commercial sports drinks. But here's a crucial caveat that many people miss. If you're an elite athlete or someone engaged in prolonged, intense training where you're sweating heavily for hours, you might actually need a specialized sports drink with higher levels of carbohydrates and sodium for optimal recovery. Now let's talk about cardiovascular health, because this is where coconut water might actually shine. Most Americans consume far too little potassium in their diets. This is a documented public health concern. The mineral potassium plays a critical role in managing blood pressure and supporting overall heart health. Here's how it works. Potassium helps balance sodium levels in your body. When you consume too much sodium, and let's face it, most of us do thanks to processed foods, it can lead to elevated blood pressure. But adequate potassium intake helps your kidneys excrete that excess sodium, potentially helping to lower blood pressure. Multiple research studies support the connection between adequate potassium intake and healthier blood pressure levels. So including potassium-rich sources like coconut water in your diet could be a simple, refreshing way to help meet your daily potassium needs while supporting your cardiovascular system. Part 3. Deeper benefits and emerging research. Beyond hydration and heart health, coconut water contains compounds that might offer additional health benefits, though some of this research is still emerging. Coconut water contains antioxidants, those protective compounds that help neutralize free radicals in your body. Free radicals are unstable molecules that can damage cells and are linked to chronic diseases and the aging process. While the specific research on coconut water's antioxidant effects in humans is still developing, studies have confirmed the presence of these beneficial compounds. Including a variety of antioxidant-rich foods and beverages in your diet is considered a cornerstone of good health, and coconut water can certainly be part of that strategy. But here's where things get really interesting, and this is some cutting-edge research that might surprise you. There's emerging evidence that coconut water might help with inflammatory conditions, specifically ulcerative colitis. A fascinating study involving 95 patients with active ulcerative colitis, that's a significant study size, showed promising results. Researchers randomly assigned patients to either consume coconut water daily alongside their standard medical treatment or receive a placebo drink with their treatment. The results? The coconut water group showed improved outcomes compared to the placebo group. More patients in the coconut water group achieved remission and showed significant symptom improvement. Even more intriguingly, coconut water appeared to increase the abundance of beneficial gut bacteria, which correlated with better symptom control and reduced inflammation. Now, I want to be clear, this is early research, and we need more studies to fully understand these effects. But it's exciting because it suggests coconut water's anti-inflammatory properties might have therapeutic potential beyond just hydration. Part 4. The complete picture and practical guidance. Now, let's have an honest conversation about who should and shouldn't be drinking coconut water, because despite all these potential benefits, it's not right for everyone. If you have diabetes or you're managing blood sugar levels, you need to be cautious. While coconut water contains less sugar than many sports drinks or sodas, it still contains natural sugars that can impact blood glucose. This doesn't mean you can't enjoy it, but you should consume it in moderation and monitor how your body responds. Here's another important consideration. If you have kidney disease or you're taking medications that affect potassium levels, such as certain blood pressure medications, that high potassium content could actually pose risks. Always consult with your healthcare provider if you fall into this category. For those watching their calorie intake, remember that coconut water contains more calories than plain water. Not a lot, but it adds up if you're drinking multiple servings daily. And here's something that might surprise athletes. Coconut water may not provide enough sodium to replace what you lose through heavy sweating. If you're doing intense or prolonged exercise, a specialized sports drink might still be more effective for optimal recovery. Finally, if you have nut allergies, consult your healthcare provider before consuming coconut water, as some people may have sensitivities to coconut. So, is coconut water good for you? Based on the scientific evidence we've reviewed today, the answer is a qualified yes for most people. It's a naturally hydrating beverage packed with electrolytes, particularly potassium, which can support hydration and heart health. Its antioxidant content and potential anti-inflammatory properties add additional benefits. But here's my most important piece of advice. Always choose 100% pure, unsweetened coconut water. Many brands add sugar or fruit juices, which can transform a healthy drink into a sugary one, adding unnecessary calories and negating many of the health benefits we've discussed today. Read those labels carefully. Remember, coconut water isn't a magic bullet or a miracle cure. It's simply one tool in your wellness toolkit that should be enjoyed as part of a balanced, varied diet. The key to good health isn't found in any single food or drink. It's found in the patterns of choices we make every day. Whether you choose to incorporate coconut water into your routine or stick with plain water, the most important thing is staying adequately hydrated and eating a diet rich in whole foods, including plenty of fruits and vegetables that naturally provide the electrolytes and antioxidants your body needs. Closing and call to action. Thank you so much for joining me on today's deep dive into the science of coconut water. I hope this evidence-based exploration has given you the tools to make informed decisions about whether this trendy beverage deserves a place in your wellness routine. Your engagement with our podcast community means the world to me. If today's episode provided value and cleared up some of the confusion around coconut water, I'd be incredibly grateful if you could take just 30 seconds to leave us a positive review and share this episode with friends or family members who might benefit from this information. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We're constantly researching and breaking down the latest wellness trends and nutrition science, always with the goal of giving you practical, evidence-based guidance you can actually use in your daily life. Have a topic you'd love us to investigate? Drop us a comment with your suggestions. We read every single one, and many of our best episodes have come directly from listener requests. Until next time, stay curious, stay healthy, and remember, the best wellness advice is always grounded in solid science, not just social media trends. Important disclaimer: the information presented in this podcast is for educational purposes only and should not be considered as medical advice. Always consult with qualified healthcare professionals before making significant changes to your diet or health routine, especially if you have existing medical conditions, take medications, or have specific dietary restrictions. This content does not replace professional medical consultation, diagnosis, or treatment.